everyone, welcome back for another weekly vlog. This is letter S week and it's also cooking day, so I'm going to show you that we are making s'mores for cooking day, and our theme this week is pets. Let's go see. All right, so our weekly cooking book, here we are. And last week I showed you guys that we made monkeys, but now we are in letter S. So we have s'mores, we have a graham cracker, chocolate bar, and marshmallows. And then they obviously will draw a picture of what it looks like and how they enjoyed it. I'm hoping with week 3 of our cooking book, our process goes a little faster. We have all the materials out on plates for them, and this one is super easy. So we're gonna help them to build it, and then I think we're going to put them, like wrap them in foil and just like throw them in the oven just for a little bit to melt that chocolate and marshmallow. And then while they are cooking, we're going to trace these. That way, when they're done, it'll be the perfect amount of time to be able to taste it and then come back and draw it and talk about if they liked it or not. Like I said, it is letter S week. So here we have our all about the letter put up there with our pictures and our chart ready for Friday. And we are learning about shapes this week. So every day this week, I am just going over, asking them what the name of the shape is, how many sides and vertices. Obviously, I'm not expecting them to know that vocabulary of vertices, but I'm preparing them for kindergarten because that is the term they use. And if they hear it, some of them will pick up on it. It was snake letter S craft yesterday. So this is the one from last year. We just printed the S and then made it, but then this year we printed the S and cut it out and then glued the letter onto the paper and then began to make our pattern. Those are all outside hanging up, otherwise I would show you. Our poem is all about pets, and it's super cute because it goes over dogs, cats, rabbits, fish, and hamsters too. And we asked each kid which pet was their favorite so that on Friday when they do their book, we have a pet just for them. And going along with our pet theme, we have our craft right here is a puppy puppet. So cute. They are doing really good. The only thing is, before they get started, I do have to come over and show them which direction to start gluing on because some of them made all of this on the back and then it wasn't really a puppet. But very easy. I have the materials right here for them. Ears, spots, a tongue, googly eyes. We have more googly eyes, but not everybody comes to this station. It is a choice if they want to or not. We are trying to entice them to come by, you know, making a puppet. How fun is that? But I'll be honest, not too many children are picking the art center that much in this class. We just don't really have a group that is into the art as much this year. But that's okay, because it's all about choice. And I tried to hot glue these up, but one fell into the trash already because I need to buy the actual command strips instead of just hot gluing it over and over and over. But anyways, we had a special arrival for our Pets Week. We had a box come. I have it over here. And we wrote special delivery room 202, and the office came and special delivered it to us, and we opened it and revealed it, and we introduced them to our new class pet. We have Duke, which is here. Look how cute he is. Oh my gosh. This is a Melissa and Doug pack. I think it's the vet pack. We got it off Amazon. I can link it below. And you get to pick their names. So we picked Duke, and for the girl we picked Daisy, but you'll see that in a minute. Get it? Daisy Duke. So cute. Anyway, so Duke, and Duke comes with dog food. And when you open it up, it really is a container of dog food. And we also, in the bag, are putting a bowl for them. And then finally, I have inside the bag is this book. It's going to be their take-home class pet journal. And I wrote my name here. When you open it up, on the there we go. On the front, it has the parent information sheet, just to tell them like what is in the bag, and then what the expectation is that each kid is gonna get a turn to take the pet home for the weekend. And there's like a daily reminder for them to do, and then they can take pictures with the pet, and at the end of the weekend, they work together to talk about what they did with their pet, and they can even glue photographs or draw pictures of them and their pet, and then to return it on Monday so we can share it during our morning meeting. So this is the very first page, and so the kid will write their name, or we might write the name for the kid so the parents don't like skip ahead to a million pages. And then this is where the parents will write what their kid says. In older grades, obviously they would be able to write it themselves, but in our grade we want the parents to talk and have that conversation with them, and then the parents can write. And these are the daily reminders for them to feed their pet, give them water, take them for a walk, snuggle, train them, play. Just cute little things that they can check off. And then this is where they will glue their pictures or draw their picture of what they did with the pet. So we have this book for both Duke and Daisy, who's in the trash can because it fell down. So Daisy's bag, let me show you who Daisy is. Daisy is our class pet that is a cat. So cute. Look at her name tag. It's a fish. Adorable. And then, like I said, there's a book, and then she also has a bowl and cat food that is literally in here. So it's super cute. It has a couple extra things. Obviously, it's a little ambitious to provide extra materials and not just the pet, but we do have a washer and dryer, so we will be able to wash these pets. That way, you know, we're not spreading too many germs. Obviously, they won't be going home every day. It'll be on the weekend, so they'll be quarantined as well. But they're really, really cute, and the Melissa and Doug kit also comes with like scissors, like at a vet, and shampoo, and all these other tools that we put in a sensory bin. We're still deciding if we're going to let the kids play with it at school and take them home, or maybe we'll get like another set of them for school. I'm not too sure, but right now this is the ideal thing, is a class pet that will go home. I've done this in other grade levels, but I was not able to do it last year in pre-K because of COVID. So we're hoping that this system will work great. I did put this on my Teachers Pay Teachers store if you are interested in having a take-home pet journal. It has other papers, not just the one that I use. There's different versions of it as well, and I will link that below. Okay, that's all the time I have for right now. The kids are gonna come in, we're gonna do some cooking, and hopefully after school I can go over the rest of our stuff. We have our, our literacy centers as well as our math centers. We have a couple sensory bins and our Play-Doh bin, the books that we're reading, all those things. I did want to also say that so many people have been asking about the Teaching Strategies Gold and how I track data with that. So I am going to try to put together a video just about that. Another video that's in the works is a Q&A. A lot of people have asked about my background and how I got into teaching pre-K, and just all the questions I've been asked on all my videos. I'm gonna put them in a list and just do a sit down video with you guys and go over all the answers. That way if people ask it, I can direct them to that video. I know conference night is coming up, so I started working on some conference forms that I can put on my Teachers Pay Teachers store for you guys, and just go over like how I do conferences. Unfortunately, they are virtual again, which is not my favorite. I feel like you get to know the parents a lot better when you're in person, but I get it. So I'm gonna have resources that I would use if it was face-to-face, as well as if it's virtual, which it will be. So I will see you hopefully later today. It's time to eat some s'mores. Whew, we made it. It's the end of the day. I have a Zoom meeting. I don't know why I'm looking at my watch. It literally is dead. I've done that all day. It died at like 9 o'clock this morning, and I just keep looking at my watch to see what time it is, and it's not helping. Anyways, in like 10-15 minutes, I have a Zoom meeting because we have a contact with Special Olympics. Apparently they have some programs that you can sign up for. I'm gonna get more information on it. And they give you curriculum for like how to incorporate that with little learners. And they give you like tools and all the equipment you need, all the things. So I have a meeting today to learn more about that, but I'll let you guys know when I figure out exactly what it is, because it might be able to benefit you too, wherever you are. But anyways, I'm going to quickly go through at least our centers that we have for this week. Remember that it is Pets Week and it is letter S week. And then in math, our focus is shapes, 2D shapes. Next week we start still 2D shapes, but bringing in 3D shapes, maybe like sorting between 2D shapes and 3D shapes. And then our focus for social emotional is listening and following directions, which we all need help with. So I'll go over that probably tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna have time before my meeting. Anyways, groups. So for literacy groups, we are still focusing on syllables to give them that extra practice. Some of the groups have already nailed it, so now we're trying to, like, I will say the syllables. So we did a pet one that I'll show you. So like gorilla, I will say gorilla, and see if they can put it together in addition to them clapping it out. So like kind of adding on to it, but then some of the friends are still working on just being able to clap the syllables and count the syllables. That is so hard for them. They might be able to clap it, but then you ask them how many times they clapped and they forget. So we're trying like doing it with our fingers so that we can figure out that. The chin trick, there's so many. Anyway, so the activity I did, it's Pets Week, so I did this, it's from My Literacy Space, and it has cages, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, even though none of them are 4 and 5, so not really sure. But we went through and we had animals. We talked, well, first of all, we named the animal, and then we talked about if they could be a pet that lives at your house, or if maybe they live in the wild, and then like where they live. So, you know, like a horse, some people were like, oh, it could be a pet, and I said, you're right if you lived on a farm, but you wouldn't have a horse for a pet in your house. So kind of just, you know, having that discussion, building that oral language, but also with the skill of syllables. So giraffe, put it in the number cage that it goes in. For my math group, we are doing 2-dimensional shapes. We're really only focusing on like circle, square, rectangle, and triangle right now. Still exposing to all the shapes, but those are the 4 that we're really focusing on. So this paper goes over a whole lot of different shapes, not just those, but we really talked about counting the sides. So as you can see here, you know, we went one by one so they could keep track of where they were on the paper. They counted the number of sides, and then they had to find the number that matched. And we let them, to make it more fun, because worksheets aren't that fun, but it needs to happen, we let them use these daughters, and they did pretty well with it, being able to find the number. And then afterwards we colored the shapes if we had time. Usually we don't have time though, because it's like boom, 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 you know, like a 10-minute group, because everybody's losing focus. Later in the year, the groups can last a little longer. Okay, group 2, Miss Sam, she did her letter book as usual. And then for her math group, she is going over, they're just like flashcards from the dollar store. And she did different things with them throughout the time. So like quick little, what's the name of the shape? What color is it? She handed out shapes for everybody and said, oh, what's this? It's a blue star. If you have a blue star in your pile, put it in the middle. You know, just being able to recognize it, having that vocabulary, all that kind of stuff. The cool thing about doing an activity like this is that depending on what group of kids comes, you can advance it or you can bring it down. It's very, very easy to find lots of different ways. You can match them without having the vocabulary, or you can name it and then ask a friend for it, the go fish, like all different things. For independent, we have these that I have shown you guys before from Tara West. They just found the letter, and then there's blank ones where they build the letter, and we used buttons. And then for the math group of independent, they use the buttons again, but it's this cute little dog with shapes. I found this on Pinterest. It was not Teachers Pay Teachers, so it was like a blog. And they spin the little paperclip, works better when it's flat. Whatever they land on, they say the shape, and then they put a button on top of that shape to fill up all the dog houses. And then the other independent one are these. They are from Amazon. It's a pegboard, but it comes with little sticks that you can put on the pegboard to build certain letters. And that's kind of hard to do without a visual. So my wonderful para, Miss Sam, made visuals for them, and it shows them the materials that they need. So they would need 2 pink to make the letter A and 1 blue, and then they build it. And it has it for all the letters. They're not in order because we took them out of the binder so several kids could pick it, but a visual for every letter. So that's fun, and it's something that they can do more than one time because it's always good to build those letters. And then for the other independent shape one, the infamous mats, right? These are always easy to do. Pattern blocks, it's a simple matching one. I did go over the vocabulary whole group, but since they're by themselves, like maybe they'll say, oh, I need a green triangle. Maybe not. At least they're building new shapes out of shapes. And like I've said a million times, those independent groups, I'm still keeping it focused on what our target is, but overall, like the fact that they are staying in one area for that length of time without needing a teacher to redirect them, that's a win in and of itself. So the academics are in the 2 groups with the teachers. Those are definitely the most important. And then if we get some of the groups that can learn through independent activity, then we're good. And as the year goes on, things will get easier and easier. All right, so that is it for our small groups. I will come back on hopefully tomorrow, not Friday, to show you guys some of the other things like the books we're reading for pets and our Play-Doh thing I think I told you I was still gonna show you, and our sensory, all the things, and my TSG stuff. So I'll see you very soon. Hello, it is Thursday afternoon and I don't even know what it is, but it has been a day. It feels like I literally just spent the past 10 minutes just sitting here in silence. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure you probably have days like that too. It hasn't been anything bad. It was just like a lot, and I feel like we have 50 million to-do projects all over the classroom, and just a lot going on. I've been doing a lot of testing, so during play centers, I've been pulling the kids out of the classroom, and they just have been with my para, which, by the way, my para won the award for like the instructional support of the year. We took her picture, and so they came in today during nap time, right when the kids laid down, and they gave her balloons and flowers and all that, and we turned the lights on, and the kids thought they were waking up for nap, but we were very excited for her. And so she deserves it for sure. We're also in the middle of projects because we are dressing up as dinosaurs. We got these tutus because we're gonna be dinosaurs, but we're gonna let the girls have tutus to make it a little girlier. And then we're using shoe boxes for their hat, and then we're gonna put like spikes on it with cardboard, and we're painting that. And then we have white shirts that we need to dye. So I just feel like there's like so many other projects in addition to what we're doing during the week. It's also gonna be conference night in like 2 weeks, so I've been getting started on making the copies for that and making sure I have these assessments done, so I'm ready for those. I sent out my Sign Up Genius, which, if you don't know, is a web page that you can use for, like, you send it out and the parents can just click on a time that's available, so it makes scheduling so much easier. So I sent that out yesterday. And then I feel like that's the only projects. Just like overall, also just making sure all your plans are ready for the next day, and printing, and we are laminating nonstop and just keep running out, but we're gonna buy more when we get our money, our supply money, one of these days. Anyways, let me show you the book. Okay, so for books on Monday, we always read the Scholastic book for the letter of the week. So this week was letter S, so we read that on Monday, and then we make our little letter craft. That's the same every week. Very scheduled, makes planning so easy. Then on Tuesday, we read The Tails Are Not for Pulling, and then that's when we introduced the class pets, which I think I told you about already. And it's just a very simple one. This series is amazing. It has like diapers are not forever, feet are not for kicking, I think it's teeth are not for biting. Yeah, teeth are not for biting. Hands are not for hitting. All those skills, social emotional books, but very simple read so that we could then introduce our class pets, which they go home tomorrow. We already picked our students, they don't know yet. Then on Wednesday, we read What Puppies Do Best. And for the skill, we just went over like who can recall some of the things that the puppies did. And then we talked about like if their dogs do it, making those connections if they had any dogs. Today, Thursday, this is the book I was telling you about, Gilbert Goldfish Wants a Pet. Super cute book. Some prediction in it as well. You know, he gets these pets, he has like a dog, and then it goes away, and then a mouse, and he's trying to find the perfect pet. And then there's a fly, and it gets swatted. So anyways, this is the prediction part. You can see the outline of the new pet. And one of my kids was like, it's a cat! But at the end, there's a special surprise that it's not a cat. It's actually a catfish. And so he gets the pet that he wanted, which is actually just a friend. And then for a follow-up activity on that one, it really didn't go with that book, but just pets in general. These are from Tara West, her centers, and I had cards, so it has a fish, and then there was like a rabbit and a cat and a dog, and then there's little cards. This one is the dog food, and so they each got one. Actually, they got like 3 each, and then they came up and sorted it under which animal they thought, which obviously they didn't know all the answers, but it was a great teachable moment for us to talk about what fish food looks like and what cat food looks like. And I love it because they are real images, not just like cartoon type. And then we had extra time for a read aloud before we went outside while we were reading to go to the bathroom. And we read this story, Little Elephant Listens, because this week is all about listening and following directions with our social emotional card. And it's short and sweet and just like shows like Papa told him to eat, and so he listened, and then his brother said go play, and then he listened. These are actually from Scholastic. It was like a set of 4 on the back here. There's like a tiger and then a monkey and a lion sharing different books about manners and things like that. All right, so for social emotional, this is the Second Steps card, and it is still following up on using attentoscopes and self-talk to remind yourself. I can't remember if I showed you guys this, but we did the puppet script, and then we read the little story about Danny sitting on the rug trying to remember what to do. Wednesday, we played a game where it was a 2-step direction, like stand up and march and then clap your hands. So it was like multi-step. I did that for a couple times. And then today was following directions with food. Very tricky. We did it during snack time instead of during circle time. They had their snack at their table, but I made a plate of vanilla wafers, and the directions were grab 1 cookie and slide the plate over. And so we talked about not touching a bunch of them, and every single kid was able to do it. It was pretty impressive. That's it for now. I'm hoping that my girls have soccer today. It's been getting canceled all the time, so I need to get home so that I can get them all ready for that. If I forgot anything after I like watch this over before I edit, I will record tomorrow to wrap up our week. Well, Friday recording was a fail. I'm home with the puppies. Look how big she is. This is Beauty. Oh, here he is. And this is Beast. You say hi? So yeah, I really don't think there was much else for me to show you guys at school except the poem. Oh, see, yeah. Except for the poem that we finished, and it was literally just a die cut of the animal that they chose. And then I also wanted to show you guys our shirts that we have. Letters, numbers, sharing, playing. Ooh, stop it, doggy. Exploring, and then it says hashtag preschool life, I think. Yeah, hashtag preschool life. So that is all. I'm home. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And here's Casey Appleseed and Kenzie. Don't forget to click that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell. And I will see you very soon. Bye.